Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. In this video I have for you game 2 of a best of 3 between Frubblord and ArturoDiaz in the semi-finals of the first Steel Division 2 Championship. Frubblord convincingly won the last game, so ArturoDiaz has some work to do to bring this back, otherwise Frubblord's moving straight on to the final. But today they're going to be playing on Sianno, and on the Soviet side, Frubblord is using the 1st Polish Infantry with the Vanguard deployment type, and on the Axis side we have ArturoDiaz with the 5th Panzer and the balanced deployment type. So once again, both players favouring the same deployment type, but of course they have switched sides. Gives an opportunity to Frubblord to use a even more aggressive division than Group Hartneck, bringing out the 1st Polish. They are known for their good value infantry, plus the use of T-34s to make an advantage early on. They also have access to the Su-57s, which are great for breaking down early medium armour. And the 5th Panzer, they do sometimes use Panzer IVs, but they're more well known for their use of Tigers and Panthers in the mid to late game. You can bring in Tigers at the start, and honestly that can be a very powerful play, but also a very risky one, especially if they get broken down. Other than that, there is some decent support weapons in there, as well as the Panzergrens, of course, and Pioneers, but it's all very expensive. 5th Panzer does have to be careful and make sure that they get value out of their units, which is something that ArturoDiaz did fail to do in the previous game. Either way, Sianno as a map, it's a nice one. I actually really like Sianno because it kind of is a risk-reward kind of map where you have to try and get units down into this town in order to contest it, whilst being careful not to be sniped on the way from either side. Further up, it's just an utter brawl between these two bits of this town, and then also the trees up here. So has a varying amount of playstyles, and Tigers will be really good for ArturoDiaz to show their dominance on this bottom side. Meanwhile, Frubblord may struggle if he's relying on something like T-34s. Let's have a look at what the troops are going down. There is going to be a ZIS-3 here from Frubblord. There's going to be 3 Flamer squads, the 2-man Flamer squads, the Miotaz Ognia, and then we have the PTRS there, and 2 76mm infantry guns, another 45mm AT gun there, and then towards the town we see 6 Flamer squads with 2 Desants. These are the 8-man squads with Molotovs, same as Tenko Desaniki, coming in M3A1 half-tracks there. Going to be a leader following those up and a PTRS. And on the top we have 2 infantry guns and a ZIS-3. So ZIS-3 is being used by Frubblord, is quite nice. They will actually do well from the ridge early on. I'm surprised to see a ZIS-3 on the top side. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that will be. But ultimately down here they can make use of both their AP rounds and HE rounds to be very annoying against ArturoDiaz. Let's have a look at some of his troops. So on the bottom we have 2 Panzergrens here, one with a Panzerfaust. There's going to be 2 Flammenwerfers, 250-10, really like the use of that, MG42 and Pak-36. The 250-10 is going to be really useful because if he fast moves it to like this location, it can snipe transports coming off the ridge and also down the road very quickly indeed, and needs to have a reasonable on-road speed so they can get there nice and fast at the start of the game. We've seen those used well previously on Gora Calvaria to cover the bridges. And so maybe we'll see that again. MG42, Pak-40, Flammenwerfer, another 250-10. And then we see on this main road, there's going to be the Tiger E Führer, 259. Panzergrens here, 2 with Panzerfaust and 2 Flammenwerfers. And then we see on the very top, Panzergren, Panzerfaust, Panzergrens, and then Flammenwerfer, MG42, 2 Pak-36s there. So very much a concentrated effort from Arturo to the top side of the map. I'm surprised to see the Tiger coming to this part of the map, honestly. I feel like it would have been much better off down here. Like a Tiger, if you're going to bring it in at the start of the game, putting it on this ridge would give you so much pressure over the open ground, allow you to hold on to these 2 flags in the town there. By the way, let's have a look at these orders. So Arturo is as such, with more troops heading to the top side. I think it's pretty similar on the side of Frubblord. It does have a little bit of a concentration heading into this area early on, but that's just the fast transport flamer squads really. There has been an Su-57 added to this top side push. There's also a few more infantry squads, a couple of Streltsy CKM in there. Those are the Streltsy squads with 2 machine guns. There's also been a couple added to that top side as well. There's going to be a nice infantry engagement in the town, but I'm looking for kills from this 250-10. This is going to be important. It has got onto the ridge. The PTRS already unloaded. It looks like one of the flamer squads is going to go down, but nothing more really coming from that. Now we see infantry engagements up here. Oh, that unit's going to get killed before it unloads. The flamers have dislodged the Panzergrens, but not done too much more than that. Another squad going to be driving in, gets taken out immediately. So 2 flamer squads going down there, make that 3 as the other one dies. Back 36, 250-10 now engaging these half tracks that are pushing up, but Frubblord already unloading. Very smart from Frubblord to make sure he gets them out of the transports ASAP. Now it looks like the 76mm are going to maybe engage some of this infantry and stuff that's coming across. That's actually firing at the 250-10 opposite. Might not be the best idea because the 250-10 does have loads of HE shells, so eventually over time will win that engagement unless the HE damages enough that the 250-10s die first. This 3 though tries to go for a shot on the 250-10, forces back the one on the bottom side. Now in the town we see the Tiger E coming forwards. That's moving forwards quite far. It's a very aggressive Tiger. Looks like Arturo is going to try and make a push off this, using the Panzergrens to support at close range. This Su-57 is creeping round on that side. The engagement continues towards the 250-10s. We're going to see the Flammenwerfers running into the Tanko Desaniki there. This isn't ideal for Arturo. I'm surprised he's actually pushing past the buildings here, especially considering it's definitely known that there are things in that tree line. By the way, up here, Su-57 currently engaging the Panzergrens. I think Arturo's got to be careful with this engagement. The Su-57 has changed target here. That's going to be a bounce. The Tiger just needs to get on target and pin that down ASAP. But the Su-57 has great rate of fire. It does get crew panicked, but here comes the IL-2M with the cluster munitions, and well, that's a dead Tiger. And it's also going to end up pinning down both the Panzergrens. That's a vital engagement for Frubblord. And on this bottom side, the Descents did manage to get the better of both of the flamethrowers. Now these Panzergrens in trouble. They are pinned down. Both the 76mm and ZIS-3 are currently firing towards the 36, Pack 36 there, and the MG42 to stop that from being any help. I think Arturo's got to be very careful here. If this Tanko Desaniki, or the Desant there, uses a Molotov on this Panzergren, then those Panzergrens are going to get surrendered instantly, but not, in fact, going to happen that way. Looks like it's just going to be the submachine guns that get the better of the Panzergrens in this case, with the supporting fire from these infantry on the bottom side. There's Percy there. So, Frubblord managed to break down a lot of the Panzergrens already here. Made some ground into Arturo's side of the town. Pack 36 going to go down to all of the support weapons there. ZIS-3 getting into a reasonably nice position now actually, and will take care of things like this Panzer fort very easily. The Su-57 still moving up, supported by this Flamer. Flamer's actually managed to capture that flag. Currently it's 15-9 for Frubblord, as Frubblord has secured the 2 flags in the town, as well as this one in the centre. So now the Pack 40 trying to engage the infantry gun here. Does need to be careful. The infantry gun gets a couple shots on target. The Pack 40's in trouble. Oh, Sperzi going to get the better of the flamers there as they manage to throw their satchel. And now there's this 3 also getting into a position to engage. And Panzer IV arriving on this bottom side. A new Tiger has arrived in the centre. That's looking for some transport kills here. Will it find one? No, it won't, as Frubblord unloads early. Nicely done. 2 T-34Es are now on the way. Once again, Frubblord actually went for a combat near the start of the game. When you are playing with off Vanguard, it is actually quite common for that to be the case. But a lovely crit there from the Su-57. Turret stucks the Tiger. Will want to disengage though as soon as possible, because the Tiger can currently still fire back. Does manage to get out of line of sight just in time. This Su-57 is not currently making this pocket. It's actually the Flamer squad here being in that position. Ultimately, it looks like the Pak-40 won its engagement. Zis-3, though, looking to change that. Takes the Pak-40 down to 1 health. On this top side, more Panzergrens arriving to reinforce, looking for a push with the Panzer IV here. But I think Arturo's going to need maybe like a mortar half-track or something that can start to kill some of the support weapons on that top side if he wants to make any ground. These Panzergrens all engaging. 259 goes down to the T-34. This Tiger being turret stuck is so annoying because the turret's not exactly facing forwards at the moment, so it's going to be constantly aligning and never be able to get a shot off. These T-34s are not at risk at all. This Su-57's actually found the Flak 43 here. Maybe that is affecting the front line. That's odd. Probably shouldn't be. Anyway, Flak 43 takes it out, so there we go. That goes down. Ultimately, though, Frubblord has made a lot of ground here. He's pushed his close-range infantry up so far, and has managed to control both of the town flags. And whilst his Zis-3 is still alive, nothing can really push down onto this efficiently. And then now an Su-57 and a T-34E are arriving to make it even harder. And so, just the initial engagements here on the bottom side from Frubblord are making things very difficult for Arturo. The Vanguard deployment type's only going to continue things being in favour of Frubblord, as the initial engagements have already found more value for Frubblord. And even here, the Flamer squad of Frubblord winning just gives Frubblord so much territory. Panzergren does manage to kill off one of the T-34Es. Nice use of the Panzerfaust there. IL-2 does manage to get its bombs off. Going to be pinning down one of the Panzergrens and killing a few of them off. Supposedly trying to push through on the town on the top side in the meantime. But yep, here goes the infantry gun again. There needs to be something to deal with that. It looks like the Zis-3 may have taken care of the Panzer IV as well. So Arturo really in trouble, big time. 250-10, gonna get one shot by the Su-57. And the T-34E gonna have a chance to engage the Pak-36 from range. With the 90mm of frontal armour, the T-34E is pretty good at engaging those AT guns. Zis-3 not be able to do anything. It's actually out of HE ammunition, but the Su-57 going down is a nice kill for Arturo, but he just needs to disengage this AT gun for now. Well, Panzer IV looks like it managed to kill the Su-57 down the road. This Panzer IV's got a lot of work to do. What Arturo needs to do right now is start breaking down the T-34Es and then start mortaring the support weapons on top side to make ground, but also just get the better of the infantry. And currently it's going to be a very tough order because we're still in phase A. Frubblord still has the Vanguard deployment advantage, and so is able to bring in probably T-34s faster than Frubblord could kill them regardless. This IL-2 once again coming in with the 250 kilogram bombs, looking for the pin onto the Panzergrens, actually misses the mark. But 3 IL-2s have been purchased by Frubblord so far, and certainly investing a lot of his income into that. Now we see the Panzer IV trying to engage the T-34E at range. The Panzer IV should have an advantage, especially with the 2-star veterancy. It has some decent accuracy, but under fire from the Zis-3 as well, not going to be enough. He probably could have dictated that so he could engage the T-34E without being shot at by the Zis-3, but maybe didn't notice as he's currently under pressure on the top side of the map as well. And well, the Vanguard deployment type really coming through for Frubblord right now. One of the the Pak-36 did manage to kill one of the T-34Es there though. This Panzergren going to get overwhelmed. These 2 descents managed to get into the heavy cover though, and that's really tough for Arturo to deal with. If he has no pioneers in the early game, which it doesn't look like he does, he's just relying on the Flammenwerfer of Panzergren combos, then there's not really much he can do. This Pak-40 does have its APCR turned off, which is good. That's going to allow it to kill off this T-34E effectively. If it can hit the target, blimey. That missed 2 shots. Does get the shooter kill on the 3rd. Probably going to get the kill on the 4th. There we go. Alright, IL-2 is floating about with cluster munitions. There's another one with the 250 kilogram bombs. That one's looking to take out this Pak-36, although it's already going to be dead. Frubblord's going to get rid of that for now. Use this IL-2 to finish off the turret-stuck Tiger, but Arturo, he's just brought in an Opel Blitz to fix it up, and unless he gets like an SDK Z71 on the field right now, this Opel Blitz is a complete waste because the Tiger's dead. And the IL-2 does its job. Tiger goes down, and it's just so punishing when you're up against Vanguard deployment type and you can't find any value out of your Tigers. It's just even worse than not finding any value with the T-34-85s in the previous game. So that is really, really tough for Arturo. I really like the use of the 250-10s on the bottom side there, a good value unit for basically stopping Frubblord's aggressive infantry style. But ultimately, the reliance on these Tigers has cost Arturo massively so far, with a severe lack of AA to stop the IL-2s from getting the better of them. Because against most of the other support weapons, the Tigers are fine, but it's just those IL-2 cluster planes. Like, after the first one came in, you want to see like a Black 43 on the field. He did bring in one, but it died. And now that's going to go down as well. What even killed that? Was that the T-34 managing to get that kill? If it was, that is an amazing kill. We see a ping come through. I think Frubblord was amazed by that as well. Unfortunately, we can't see the pings because of this being the special viewer, just like we can't see the leader being used. But that is massive. That is pretty much a death sentence for Arturo at this point. He's now 20-4. We've gone major defeat. If Frubblord picks up one more flag, it will be a total victory for Frubblord, which is just not what you want to see in the semi-final. This is really unfortunate for Arturo. I think Frubblord's just done everything right in this game, more or less, whilst Arturo's made quite a few errors, especially getting that Tiger so far up in the first place, put it in a very precarious position. All Frubblord needs to do is just overwhelm it with T-34Es, and since it's a Vanguard deployment type, it's not exactly that hard for him to do. These Panzergrens now going to get potentially pinned by the HE. Moving those Panzergrens up slightly might actually allow them to kill the ZIS-3, but of course the T-34E will certainly make that more difficult. ME-410 now being brought up. And this is the ground attack variant. It looks like Frubblord's going to scare that off with a Yak-1B. Those ME-410s, whilst they are powerful on a head-on, cannot dogfight to save their life. So, rightly so, Arturo gets it out of there. But it seemed like, again, another aircraft panic buy, when ultimately what is needed is more infantry on the ground right now. The 3 units of Panzergrens on the top side are okay, but with these descents getting into range of their Molotovs, the Panzergrens are just going to lose out massively. IL-2 coming in with its bombs here. Might end up bombing his own troops. Okay, does manage to just about change the target in time. I thought he was going to end up pinning both of his descents, but never mind. Panzergrens almost die out there. And, well, it seems as though Frubblord has an answer for everything Arturo's trying to do right now. These Tigers trying to get into position to hold back the ground. He's being very aggressive with this Tiger right now. Might be able to kill off the T-34E. He's got to kill off the half-track, and then he's got to pin and kill off, well, pin and surrender all of the infantry. Otherwise, his Tiger's just going to get surrounded. Does manage to kill the T-34, although the T-34 trades a transmission damage, which is, again, probably one of the most annoying crits you can get on one of your tanks, because it slows them right down. That's not what Arturo needs right now. 10 seconds left on the clock. He'd need to take back a flag nice and quick, but he can't now. It's too damn late, and, well, the IL-2M not going to get another kill. Arturo is going to be saved from another devastating strike by the time finishing, and, well, And there we go. 14 minutes, 54 seconds. Frubblord takes the victory, and that was even more decisive than the last. And I think it mainly comes down to those the reliance on Tigers, but also the deployment types, right? On a map like that, the being able to gain an advantage in the areas where the flags are, like especially on that bottom side, is vital on a map like that. And another lovely KD from Frubblord, 1,625 kills to 820 losses. So nicely done. In terms of kills, well, these descents certainly paid themselves off, killing a Panzer, an MG42, and 2 Flammenwerfers there. That's very nice indeed. Uses the PTRS there to kill the 259 for him as well in the town. T-34E did find the Tiger kill. Oh, gross. And that also managed to kill off this Flak 43. So that, to me, just says that that Flak 43 was not in the right place. It was unloaded early and too close to the road, and therefore came under fire from the T-34s and died. The IL-2 there, bombing out a Pak 40, I guess, and that's another Panzer kill there for the bombing IL-2s. Yeah, it's a tough one. Losses, well, Panzergrens, they can do well. They can. But it felt like Arturo wasn't paying enough attention to stop Frubblord from getting his close-range infantry into close range of his Panzergrens. Like, these Panzergrens need to be managed well and put in the right place to get a lot of value. And against the strong close-range infantry that the Polish have, in the form of not only flamers but also the descents, it's got to be very careful with those engagements, and wasn't so much. And the Tigers just didn't pay themselves off at all. First one didn't get a single kill. The second one, I don't think got a single kill. Actually, this one got a flamer kill. Okay. And this one got a T-34E. But that's it. Yeah. I don't know. That was a tough one for Arturo, for sure. And commiserations for him, because unfortunately that means he is going to be knocked out of the tournament. But congratulations to Frubblord, moves on to the final. And in that style, will certainly give him a lot of confidence for the next best of 5. So ultimately, Arturo making a few mistakes, maybe the wrong division and deployment type choices. Frubblord, I think, picked a really good division, and also, of course, the Vanguard deployment type helping him break through early on. And he sealed the deal so damn quick. Probably one of the most decisive games we've seen in the tournament so far. Next up, we're going to be seeing Vich versus Pixie in their semi-final. But that's it from me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.